In May this year, a fire broke out at the Mahdia Secondary School female dormitory, claiming the lives of 20 children. In light of the circumstances, President Dr. Irfan Ali had set up a Commission of Inquiry (COI) into the tragedy. The commission began its work on September 15, and after weeks of meetings, site visits, and compiling evidence from 29 witnesses, the COI on Thursday wrapped up its public hearings. In his closing presentation, Counsel of the Commission Attorney Keoma Griffith urged the Commission to review the conduct of Chief Fire Officer Gregory Wickham and former Regional Deputy Education Officer Annesta Douglas. These two officials, Griffith said, failed to act on recommendations to address issues which plagued the dormitory prior to the fire. The deficiencies were detailed and outlined in a report prepared just months before the tragedy by officer in charge of the Mahdia Fire Station, Ryan Scott.
What I'm saying is that this commission has to consider whether the response of the Chief Fire Officer in relation to the Ryan Scott report was satisfactory. Given, of course, his experience and knowledge in the fire service. Of the 12 recommendations listed in the report, the Chief Fire Officer confirmed to this commission that he acted on only one of those recommendations. Of 12 recommendations and requirements in the interest of saving life and property and preventing fire, the Chief Fire Officer only acted on one of those recommendations.
Though an inquiry was conducted into the education sector with emphasis being placed on the deplorable state of dormitories and recommendations were made for improvements, no action was taken by the authorities. Griffith said the recommendations included the implementation of smoke detectors, fire alarms, and other fire prevention mechanisms.
The Mahdia dormitory was not in the top 5 ranking of the dorms which required the most essential action. According to the account of the CEO, and I quote, "Nothing was done by the government at the time to implement the recommendations of the report." And simply put, Commission, nothing was done following the 2017 Commission of Inquiry into the education sector of this country. And I will leave it at that and ask this commission to make its own findings based on the evidence that is before it in relation to that report.
In keeping with the terms of reference, the COI is mandated to inquire into and report on everything leading up to the dormitory fire as well as the cause of the fire. They will also investigate and report on what actions were taken to provide care, medical attention, and support to the injured and deceased and their relatives in a timely manner. Thereafter, recommendations are expected from the Commission, which will include necessary measures to prevent a reoccurrence of such tragedies. In commending the efforts of force responders, especially those in the medical field, Griffith said he believes the Commission has sufficient evidence to demonstrate that the highest level of care and support was provided during and after the tragedy to those affected.
I am confident that based on all the evidence that is before this Commission, all the reports, all the statements that were tendered, if you look at the transcripts, you will see this commission is in a position to competently and effectively provide its findings in writing in response to the terms of reference as has been asked by you, by the President of this country. It is true that the events of this day will continue to live in this country's history. For this reason, it is essential that there is closure on this matter and also efficient and effective documentation of what transpired and what has followed since this event.
The Commission is expected to complete the final report by the end of next week, after which it will be handed over to President Ali. Reporting for the newsroom, Rdeo.